Kane's G was good. Let's start there. Harry Kane's goal, that was a damn good goal. We can't take anything away because that's what a striker is supposed to do. A striker scoring goals. I get it. You need to have technique. I get it. You need to have ball control. I get it. You need to connect. You need to do connect and all that kind of stuff. Prior to that goal, Kane was trash. Dude was flipping garbage. And hence why I was saying, bro, can someone get this freaking tree trunk off this freaking pitch? This guy's a freaking immobile tree trunk. But the thing about strikers is you've got 90 minutes, and all a striker needs to do is just say what's up once and they're good. All they need to do is just say what's up and they're good. So that G by Harry Kane was a superb G. And I think if England had ended up holding on to that lead, won that game, would have a very different discussion now. Because based off the events of the game, that goal has not been forgotten. And it was a damn good goal. Because you would have thought that maybe that was a ricochet or something. It was a damn good goal. Now, people are saying that Szczesny could have done better. This is similar to it's similar, but it's different. So you can sort of compare it to the Eder goal that gave Cristiano life in the Euro 2016 final. See, that goal, Lloris, you're a moron. Lloris, you're a flipping moron. The fact that Lloris allowed that shot to go through, see, now that you should save that. What I would say in Szczesny's defense is it swerved. There was a lot of swerve because if you looked at it from behind Kane, as soon as they hit it, the amount of swerve on that ball would have offset him. But you should save that. You should say that. You shouldn't be getting beat from there. And let's keep it real. Szczesny was actually pretty good during his early days of Juventus, but the guy has steadily been on the decline. But for me, it's even though Kane scored that goal, it still doesn't change my view on what I think of Kane overall as a player, because he can sometimes do good stuff on everything, but my issue with him is, as I call him a tree trunk, he's aesthetically just all wrong. He doesn't pass the eye test. When you just watch him play, it's as if you're watching a tree trunk try to play football, because it takes him 3,000 years to turn, 3,000 years to control the ball, 3,000 years to do anything. And we now bring ourselves to Lewandowski. Now, people will say, what are we saying here? It's a done deal. Kane scored, Lewandowski didn't. Lewandowski had opportunities, like that chance that he had that he could have looked over Pickford. He didn't score. Kane, obviously, he didn't score through the header, but Kane got his chance, sort of created his chance himself, scored from deep. Hey, he did his work. But that's why you have to take everything into context. You see, if you're any of these brainless morons who just look at stats and what guys do, you'll say, oh, Kane scored, Lewandowski didn't score, boom. Oh, yeah, well, who cares when he scored the assist? Well, Kane is obviously the better striker because he scored and Lewandowski didn't score. Kane has Grealish, Mount, Sterling, Shaw, and a whole host of guys who are amongst the best players in their club sides. And the club sides being Man City, Grealish and Sterling are amongst the best players there, Shaw, Man United, and so forth. They're amongst the best players there, Mount, Chelsea. So the supporting cast that Kane has ain't the same as supporting cast that Lewandowski has. Hence why Dodi means something. Not all goals are the same. Not all performances are the same. Because I grade the goals you score and your performance based on your supporting cast. Like Davosuke doing what he did in France 98, for me, is more than what Ronaldo did in 02. Like what Diego Forlan did for Uruguay in 2010 is more than what Messi did for Argentina in 2014, because it's Dodd. That's what I told you. Dodd is key. Dodd is key. Dodd is 100% key. And for me, watching Poland and Lewandowski, I feel sad. I genuinely feel sad because I can see just how difficult it is for Lewandowski. Because Lewandowski is a guy where, see, Kane, you have the luxury of all you need to do is just finish, because you know that, okay, if I pass to a guy, he can control. And you know that if he just gets in the right place at the right time, they can deliver the ball to you and everything. So you have guys who can play. There is, see even people say, okay, well, they're missing Piancek, Zielinski, and so forth. Let's keep it real. This Poland team in 2021, it ain't it, bro. It ain't it. Like, obviously, Modé, he did his thing to create for the goal, but it ain't it. Because I told you, once I saw Lewandowski out in the wing crossing the ball, I was like, damn. But this is the beauty of what Lewandowski is. If Lewandowski was just a pure finisher, he'd be screwed. He'd be screwed. But because he is such a good footballer, he knows how to come in deep. He knows how to cross. He knows how to pass. And you can see him pretty much on the pitch coaching the team. So yes, he's the captain and so forth, but he's also coaching the team as well. And you see, that's what Lewandowski should see. For me, I can't judge striker against striker when one guy plays for Poland and one guy plays for England. You'd have to be stupid to now grade them based on the play, based on the sporting cards they have. That's just stupid, you know. Hence why the only fair way to compare them is, okay, let's say Kane go to Man City. If Kane went to Man City, Lewandowski ban, you have the supporting cast, you have the quality around you, you have the service. Let's see what you can do. Because some people said, I was watching ESPN FC, and some guys said, oh, if you put Kane at Bayern Munich, he will score as much as Lewandowski. And I'm like, I'm not too sure about that. Because for me, I still believe. And see, here's the thing though. It's doing all these ifs and buts. Because I don't think so. I believe so. But for Kane, because you're so stupid and dumb, and your brother and yourself decided to sign a 6-year contract, we now can't truly see how good you truly could be. Because we don't know how good Kane could truly be if he has around quality players. Because yes, England are a better team than Poland. But I have my issues with Mason Mount because I think Mason Mount is a limited player. Grealish, he's pretty good. Grealish ain't great. He ain't great. So you have a better supporting cast than Lewandowski, but still, we don't know what you could really do. I have the kind of supporting cast that Bayern have. But when you look at what Lewandowski did, and you look specifically at how he engineered that chance, because for Lewandowski, he knew that, look, I can't rely on these guys to give me the proper service in order for me to say what's up. I can't, it ain't going to happen. I'm going to do it myself. And because you have to look at the quality. Do you know how good that cross was? That's a cross with his weaker foot. It's a cross with his weaker foot. And it was so perfect. Such a perfect cross that all the guy needed to do was just say what's up. So what Lewandowski did is far greater than what Kane did, based off of Dodd. Because looking at that game, England were the much better team. You know, now everybody's now saying, oh, Southgate, you didn't make any subs and so forth. No. Don't put this on freaking Southgate. He didn't need to make any subs because England were far better than that Polish team. And I put it more on the players not doing enough in that game that you fully control. Let's keep it real. You totally have total control of that game. I put it on the players not being able to have enough quality in the final third to now say what's up. But the fact that Lewandowski somehow found a way to create something and make something and get his team back into this game, this is Dodd. And Dodd is a very important measuring stick when we're talking about football. I don't give a damn whether you score a hat-trick against Leganes or Lugo or Scunthorpe. That means nothing. I don't give a damn whether you score a hat-trick or 4 goals if you're playing for Real Madrid, Barcelona, and so forth. That's all cool. It's all great. People will retweet and so forth. It doesn't mean anything to me. For me, I need you to suffer. I need you to sweat. I need you to struggle. I need you in the mud. And I told you, the fact that Lewandowski got 3 goals out of those Euros, he best be on that podium. He has to be on the podium because it's a miracle that with the guys around, he managed to get 3 goals out of that Euros. It's a miracle, you know? So for me, when we're looking at both of these guys right now, as good as that goal as Kane scored, and it was an amazing goal. It was a superb, amazing goal. That goal doesn't really change anything. Because at the end of the day, you see, if that goal ended up to be the winning goal, we look at something different. But at the end of the day, when we're not talking about the elite strikers, the top strikers, the top finishers, you get the job done. So if Kane had somehow found a way to now get a winning goal, boom. So as good as the goal was, in the larger context of things, it's 1-1. It's just 1-1. You didn't win a game that you should have won. So now you say to yourselves that, did you do enough over the 90 minutes to say what's up? So now, do you now say, oh, well, it was because of Sterling and it was because of this, that I didn't have enough service to say what's up? Because let's keep it real. If it was swapped, Lewandowski played for England and Kane was for Poland, Kane ain't sniffing nothing. Let's keep it real. If Kane had those Polish teammates around him, he ain't doing nothing at all. He ain't doing nothing at all. So, oh, your boys here. I've got to bring your boy Has. Got to bring in your boy Has. They're going to say, no, nothing at all. I'm going to bring in your boy Has. I'm going to bring in your boy Has. Wait, hold up. I'm going to bring in your boy Has, man. Your boy Has. But for me, as I said again, always and everywhere, for what Lewandowski has done in the game and his legacy in the game, there isn't a comparison. There is not a comparison, because see, what this game showed is how much of a better footballer he is than Harry Kane. Like Harry Kane, he's decent. Harry Kane has definitely improved his football mechanics, but if we're just comparing the two, Lewandowski is light years ahead of Kane in terms of the football player. That's really Kane. Granted, he does some good stuff. It looks like I'm watching a tree trunk or an anvil play for football. Hence why I call him Harry the Tree Trunk Kane. But he is a damn good finisher. He's a damn good finisher. But the thing is, it's not how many you score, it's when you score. Like, if he scored that goal to win the game for England, it's totally different. Having a different conversation. But as good as that goal was negated because it ended up being 1-1. Now, obviously, people say, oh, well, Kane, he can't defend. He's not to blame. You have to blame Kyle Walker. You have to blame the defense. So I don't give a freaking damn. Okay, I'm very cut and dry. I need equalizers. I need winning goals. So my thing is, if you now look at the story, what Lewandowski did is greater than what Kane did. Because Lewandowski, you're playing with a much weaker team, a much inferior team, a team that got knocked out of the groups at the Euros, a Poland team that is much worse, that has one of the worst Polish teams that I've seen in a while. But you managed to do something to say what's up, to get your guys back into the game, man. So for me, it's like I rank Dodd higher. Dodd for me is always key. A guy scoring goals and saying what's up with a better team is not the same as a guy scoring goals and saying what's up with a worse team. It ain't the same.
What's up, bro?
It's been a while, man. Where have you been, bro? Where have you been?
Been busy, bro. Been busy. Got some work to
do.
What?
Busy making money. Busy making that cash.
Yeah, bro. Of course, you know how it is. Yeah, bro.
Look at it. So look, how's the man? Look, man. Okay, I know you'll be biased and everything, but it's fine. I mean, is there actually a comparison between these two dudes, man?
Bro, to be honest, like, I remember when we were having Lewandowski versus Suarez debate. Like, that was actually like, you could have a debate about that. With Lewandowski and Kane, it's like, come on, bro. Like, where does Kane even have an argument against Lewandowski? Like, I feel like Kane, the only reason he's been placed next to Lewandowski is because of the media hype around him. He's playing in the Premier League, the most the most advertised league, and where all the people are watching the big games. And for the England national team, everyone hypes him up when he scores a few goals against nobodies in England. So Kane is a great striker. Don't get me wrong, but to place him alongside Lewandowski, I feel like it's all based on the media hype train. It's not based on achievements or skills or because if you look at all sides of it, if you look at achievements, Lewandowski has achieved more. He won the Champions League.
Okay, but let me play. See, I agree with you. I don't think there's any comparison. I think Lewandowski washes Kane. But let me play devil's advocate.
Yeah.
People will say, well, you play for Bayern Munich. Now, what if Kane played for a better team with a greater supporting cast?
Okay. Yeah, sure. So we already have the example of that. The Kane plays for a better team than Lewandowski in the national teams. So we have the reverse of what's happening in the clubs in the national teams. The Kane is playing for England and Lewandowski is playing for Poland. And the difference there, I would say, is even bigger than the difference between Bayern and Tottenham. Like, if you compare, like you were talking about England's front three, Like, fine, if you want to say Mason Mount is like he's not always creative. He's not that typical number 10. He's more of a, you could say, workhorse or something like that. But you don't have only Mason Mount in that team. You have Sterling, you have Grealish. You already mentioned him. Like, sure, these guys are not the MSN or something like that, but compared to Poland's front three right now, it's like nobody's like Jóźwiak, especially with Zielinski injured. There's no number 10. Lewandowski was basically playing as a number 10 this whole match against England. Jóźwiak, Moder is not even in the front three. I bet you couldn't name who's in the Poland front three, right? So that answers it for itself. So we, and with all of that, Lewandowski is impacting more important games. He scores more goals for Poland. He scored more goals for Poland in the World Cup qualifiers, and he's been more clutch. He's been more visible on the pitch. He's literally carrying this Poland team for the past years since the 2018 World Cup. He's
No,
been
I
pretty
think
much
that's.
there.
I mean, let me because I want to let me read. So, shout out to your boy Premier Marmot, man. So he says that, thank you for the dog, man. He says Lewandowski is clear of Larry, not even a debate. Larry Lane has disappeared against the likes of Dynamo Zagreb. Damn. You see, my thing is, you see, with Kane, actually, let's be clear, Kane is a good striker. Let's just be clear, he's a good striker. But you see, there are levels to this stuff. There are levels to this stuff now. And I think the issue here, and because I live in England, so I see this. England are overhype everybody. They overhype everybody and they overhype everything. Because the issue that you have in England is, and this is what happened to the English national team. If you're amazing in the Premier League, you're world class. So they feel like as long as if you perform and do amazing well in the Premier League, then you're amongst the best in the world. Say, well, no, hang on. It was okay. Kane, amazing in the Premier League and so forth. But what has he done in the Champions League, in the Europa League, at the World Cup, and at the Euros? You see, people say, oh, he was top scorer at the World Cup. Okay, cool. But let's now look at it in context. How many of those, who were those goals that he scored against? How many of those goals were winning goals? How many of those goals were equalizers? How many of those, and what kind of competition was he facing? Because that matters.
Yeah.
That matters.
Yeah, it's like, and someone also said regarding the teams that Lewandowski did it at Dortmund as well. I would say Dortmund is like Tottenham has reached the levels of Dortmund in terms of quality of players in recent years. Even when they reached the final, they had some great players, and Dortmund was not some unbelievable team. It was a team that was in a golden generation, and Lewandowski was one of those guys. So you can't say that just because he's playing at Bayern, all of a sudden, if Kane was in Bayern, then he'll become the next Messi or Ronaldo. No, it's like it's clear from all the angles. But yeah, what you were saying about the Champions League, like you saw Tottenham's run in the Champions League, even in that run when they reached the final, I wouldn't say Kane was the one who was like crucial in making them reach the final. He had. Did he have an unbelievable impact? I don't think so. I think Lewandowski had a way bigger impact in Bayern reaching the Champions League that year, even though he didn't score in the final.
No. Also, the world is not ready for the Us. He is coming. Yes, he is. The Us is coming. The Us is going to come and say what's up. And from your boy, Zuateng TV says, Lewandowski, CR7, Benzema, Suarez, Lukaku, Lane, English tax. You see, because again, it goes back to the whole English media stuff and everything, because I'm sure leading up to this, that I've done the whole Kane, Lewandowski, because the issue is, and they've been doing this with Mason Mount, anytime an English player does anything that is good, they just overhype it and they just take it ad infinitum. And they don't really allow their guys to truly actually succeed and actually earn their stripes before actually giving them that job and so forth. So my thing is that Kane can't even be mentioned in the same category as a Benzema, as a Lewandowski, or if you see, Kane's level is Aguero. Like that's the comparison. Because what they've done and so forth is the same, which is they've done
the guy's still
well
young. He's still young, He has time to reach that level. He's still young.
Who, Kane?
Yeah. Like compared to Lewandowski, he's younger than Lewandowski. So he has
no. I mean, but my thing that he has to rely on England because Tottenham ain't doing anything, bro.
Yeah.
So but again, it's also about because this is how guys always say, "Oh my gosh, I wish." See, people when Messi used to struggle for Argentina, they used to say that, "Oh my gosh, I wish like Messi played for Spain and things would be easier." I was like, no, don't give me that crap. Argentina are good enough, and that 2014 team were good enough to win the World Cup. That's on Messi flopping himself. But when you look at like a Lewandowski, you see, I have no sympathy for Ibrahimovic because you have flopped with great teams and so forth. But my sympathy is with Lewandowski because it's like you can still see this guy is using every little bit and ounce of energy to say what's up. He's using every little bit and ounce of energy to say what's up, but
the problem
not enough.
The problem with Lewandowski is it's the exact opposite of Kane in terms of Kane has a great PR just by being in the Premier League, while Lewandowski is the opposite. He has a really bad PR team for his whole career, because his whole career he has been among the top players in the world. Meanwhile, he hasn't been hardly talked about in the media as much as players like Neymar, Suarez, all these guys who have way better PR teams, way better sponsorships, and way better ways of promoting themselves. But Lewandowski's PR team has failed. You haven't seen Lewandowski so much in the media, even when he was in a top level. Like, let's be honest, in England, even in England, if I can ask you, HH, you haven't seen Lewandowski. I would say compared to other top players that are even worse than him.
Because right? See, now this now goes to the discussion now, which is that this whole thing of the Ballon d'Or, because the Ballon d'Or isn't just purely about how good you are, objective. No, it's a little bit about how good you are, but also it's a lot about your peer. It's a lot about how you promote yourself, and it's a lot about how you're able to really present yourself. Because my thing is that if Lewandowski continues the way that he's continuing, i.e., you already saw what he did last season for Bayern Munich. If he continues to now ball for Bayern Munich, let's say he now balls in the CL, obviously with Barcelona coming through, and he now continues to ball for Poland, you've got to put him on the podium. Like for me, I know Jorginho plays for Chelsea. Jorginho should be nowhere near that freaking podium.
Yeah, okay. But you know about the Ballon d'Or. Like, if you want to talk about PR and how the Ballon d'Or is surrounded by PR, look what happened last year. Like, you might say it's a conspiracy or whatever, but the one year where somebody that's not a media frenzy or a media star is the best player in the world, they canceled the Ballon d'Or. Why did they cancel the Ballon d'Or last year? That's the question, because everyone was on equal grounds. I don't.
No, but the explanation was during COVID, it's a French award. I mean, it's a German excuse, but the explanation was this is a French award, so it's always going to have French bias. And because France decided to stupidly cancel their league season and declare the winners and so forth, while everyone just waited and then restarted their season, they're like, "Oh, it's unfair." But the stupidity of that is who in Uber Eats would have been eligible to have been a Ballon d'Or dude? Because even if
no one was even in the podium,
because remember, it just shows you the stupidity. Are you honestly telling me that you are taking in what people do in Uber Eats with regards to regards to them winning the Ballon d'Or? No. The cost of PSG is nothing you do in Uber Eats matters. It's all about what you do in the Champions League. So even if you go crazy in Uber Eats, but you don't do something in the Champions League, boom. Like if PSG won that Champions League, then it would be between Mbappe or Neymar.
Yeah.
That would not be the thing. So it was stupid to cancel it when it's like, no, you can still have it, because for PSG, it's all about what they do in that Champions League. Yeah. And you could still have a situation where even if they win, if now saw Neymar, Mbappe, and Lewandowski, okay. Okay, fine. You'd be happy. It would make sense, and then you give it to Lewandowski. My thing though is that the reality is that, look, I said this is political, and I don't know how they don't give it to Messi, because the moment Argentina won the Copa America, it was sealed.
Yeah, it's going to go to Messi this year. Like everyone knows, it's going to go to Messi this year.
Oh yeah, no. Everyone knows.
Yeah, everyone knows about that. But Lewandowski, even this year, he has the most goals, and assists. He's been clutch in many areas. But I know they're gonna give it because Copa America's. Messi won the Copa America, so it's a PR, and also it's an important trophy.
So it says please drop a break for why am I dropping a brick for those dudes though? That's tell me why am I don't know why I'm dropping a brick for those dudes, man.
Yeah.
So look, see, going back to this whole thing here and there and so look, because I started by saying, look, that was an amazing goal by Kane. It's a quality amazing goal.
That was amazing. Yeah,
but it's like
to be honest, like I wouldn't put so much the blame on Chesney, but there is some blame on Chesney because he has to be prepared for such shots. But to be honest, the defense was like they left him in acres of space. He was by himself, like he had 5 meters around him. But either way, that shot was amazing, yeah, it was the way it curved outwards. Yeah.
But I mean, look. Again, I go back to the whole Lewandowski and everything. I think it's unfortunate because the way that people grade things is not like how I grade things.
Yeah.
Because I think people are very cutthroat with regards to did he score, did he not score, how many assists, and so forth. But my thing is that context is extremely important. Yeah. Context is extremely important because my thing is how you grade what Lewandowski is doing has to be different from what Messi is doing. It has to be because people will say, oh my gosh, Messi, he did amazing in the Copa America. And also, he was quality. He was amazing. But my thing, though, is not all amazing performances are the same. Yeah. So Messi, yes, granted, 30 goals this season for Barcelona and so forth. You play for Barcelona. But granted, that's still amazing.
Yeah.
You filled up the statutes and everything for Argentina. That's amazing. You do play for Argentina. And that is one of the worst Copa Americas I've seen in terms of quality of teams. And the best team that he played, i.e. Brazil, is one of the worst Brazil teams that I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Whereas you look at what Lewandowski has done, broke what's called a 30-40 goal record that stood for ages.
Yeah, Gerd Muller's record. He broke
breaking that whole Gerd Muller's record. And the fact, we can't, for me, we have to look and watch games. And the issues why I try and tell guys and try and force guys on this channel is don't be married and lose yourself just in stats and numbers. Look at the games. Because my thing is, when you watch Poland at those Euros, you're like, Lewandowski puts it in a shift.
Yeah.
Because it's a case of where every time he touches the ball, he's going to do something. Because you have to think about this. You're dealing with a guy who is one of the greatest goal scorers of his generation, but he just can't be that. You see, at Bayern Munich, he can just be a goal scorer because you have an amazing supporting cast. But when you have it, because remember, at the end of the day, you can't just think about yourself. He's like, no, I want Poland to win. Yes, of course, I'd like to score.
And he's the captain.
Yeah, you're the captain, you're the face of the team, and you're one of the most famous Polish sports people in history.
The most,
So in his mind, he's like, I have to do whatever I can to help the team win. So hence why he's now going to now take away his goal scoring prowess and be like, okay, let me pass, let me cross, let me go through. You make the run. Like for the goal today, right now, he was like that was an amazing cross. Exactly. Because that cross, bro, you don't have to do anything. If you're the guy who scored, you don't have to do anything because he literally planted it right on the dude's head with his left foot. And when you look at that, you're like, that's going to be awarded. So if we have a situation where, come the end of the year,
and if you look at
Messi, because see, here's the thing, my fear is the podium could be Messi, Cristiano, and Jorginho.
Oh no! If they put Cristiano, for
bro, hands on, I'm swearing right now. Bro, Cristiano was top. See, this way now. Cristiano was top scorer in Serie. He was top scorer at the Euros. And if, let's say, he goes crazy and starts scoring goals and so forth for Man United, of course he's going to be on the podium. Now, if he doesn't win, he would turn up. But if he ends this year strong with Man United, it's going to be him, Cristiano, and Jorginho, which would be stupid. So I know that they said Lukaku and Kane. Okay, now
but notice, we're not even like, this is the conversation we're having. We're talking about the podium of the Ballon d'Or. and we're not even thinking about Kane. That just shows you how irrelevant the debate is of Lewandowski against
No,
Kane.
no, yeah, no, yeah.
It's like Kane is not even in the top
he's not.
five.
He's not in the discussion.
Top,
And you
top
see,
10.
and my thing is that, again, I always preface by saying Kane is a damn good striker, and he's a decent player. I just don't like the way he plays. I just think he looks a bit clumsy and cumbersome. So I'm not a fan of the way that he plays. But as far as a striker, he's a damn good striker. But my issue is that's why he wanted to leave this summer. Because my thing is, I don't give a damn that, oh my gosh, I've been at Tottenham and so forth. Because deal with it. Because your boy Lewandowski, he didn't choose Poland. Poland is what it is. And based on what he's doing with Poland, it's freaking amazing. Like, I am far. See, what impresses me, I am more impressed by what Lewandowski is doing with Poland than what he's doing with Bayern. Just like what Poland did with Uruguay. What Suker did with Croatia.
Yeah.
Let me, as an individual, can you somehow still say what's up and still be effective with lesser support around you?
Yeah, because it's kind of like a kind of a blessing in disguise. Because when he was playing in Bayern, he didn't have the chance really to go to display his ability to carry the team and to orchestrate the plays by himself. He was he's at the service of great players in Bayern and a system. The system was already built by even by Flick, and he was just there. That's why he looked like a poacher to many people who didn't really watch fully. Who didn't really watch him play fully. They just saw, oh, okay, this goal, it looks like he looks like a poacher. Oh, he tapped it in, But the reality of Lewandowski has been shown in Poland, where he actually has to take the initiative in this weaker Poland side. So actually, it's kind of good that this I mean, it's good for him in that sense that this Poland side is not really with amazing players. But on the other hand, it's in the Euros, they stopped him from getting through to the next stages. When he scored, he did everything he could, in those group stages. So yeah, but Kane, the thing about Kane is that he's effective, as you said. He's effective, but he's limited. He has a limited skill set. You know what he's good at, but he's effective. But the problem is, even with this effectiveness, that we know that he's a great target man, long shots, holding the ball, holding the defender, and scoring. Even with all of this, he's not able to reach the effectiveness of Lewandowski. So that's even without mentioning the all-round play of Lewandowski and how it's much better than Kane. So yeah, I don't know how Kane. I think Kane will develop into a great, effective striker. I don't think he'll ever be.
But I mean, Simon's right. Like, he's young, but he's not super young. I think the guy, he's like in his late 20s now. He's probably his late 20s now.
Yeah,
so...
but like Lewandowski, for example, he's peaking now. Like, he became the best player in the world basically last year, and he was 30, 32 or something. So if a player maintains his diet, they can peak really late as well. So you never know. But right now, I don't think it's the only reason we're talking about it is because of the media hype. Yeah.
All right. So before yes, easy. So boy, do you see that Timo and Kaimis hashtag keep Limo at CFC? You see, I was hoping Bayern fans didn't see that Timo miss. I saw that Timo miss, and dear Lord in heaven, I don't give a damn that he scored in that game. After seeing that miss,
leave him alone. Leave him alone.
Yeah.
I actually made the same miss the other day playing pickup.
Yes,
I made the same miss.
Relax. We're not here to hear about your exploits. Talk about Levan. Talk about Levan thing, my friend. Talk.
Okay. First thing first, how you guys doing? The legend hasn't, bro. It's been a long time, man. It's been a long time. How you doing, HH and Hassan, the guy, my favorite Liverpool fan. Hassan.
What up?
How's everyone doing today? And finding international.
Okay. Thank you for the pleasantries. Now let's now get with your point. Come on.
But this HH, I hope this might be one of the few times we speak about this topic, because a lot of things, with due time, a lot of things comes to, they say that the lie travels around the world multiple times before the truth even ties his shoes or something like that. But eventually, the truth comes out. Harry Kane is 28 years old. what anything that Harry Kane does right now will be insignificant to what Lewandowski has already accomplished in his career. I mean, I don't think Harry Kane could do anything right now to even come close to what Lewandowski has done.
And also, you have to keep in mind that he still has a contract for Tottenham. And I think that contract ends when he's like 32 or something. So unless he can win the World Cup of the Euros with England, he ain't sniffing a trophy.
No, I mean, if he
anytime
wins the
soon.
Champions League with Tottenham, we can have a conversation.
Didn't he win the Audi Cup?
I mean, young boys are in the Champions League right now. I don't think they're gonna win it either. So, but I mean,
someone is
like,
saying that you're a fraud. Wait, have you heard of a guy called BBXX? They said that you're a fraud. I don't know who that is.
Oh, shout out to BBSS. I don't know what that is, but shout out to him. But it's just, let's be honest. Even skill set. I mean, guys, have you guys seen what Lewandowski do? How Lewandowski score goals? Like sometimes, you look at this guy, you're like, how? I mean, remember, like the goals he scored in the Euros alone tells you that these two are not even comparable. Like he was playing with absolute no talent at all. Harry Kane, people always use a Tottenham excuse because he's playing at Tottenham. Tottenham still has a good team though. He's playing with Heung-min Son, all that stuff. But at Poland, what does Lewandowski have? And now you bring Harry Kane with the superb talent that England has. The guy, didn't show up in the final. I mean, he scored a penalty in the semifinal against Denmark, a penalty that he missed, by the way. I think Harry Kane is in the category of being overrated, in my opinion.
Whoa.
That's just my opinion.
That's
I
obvious.
No. But my thing is that overrated by whom? Overrated by whom? Because my thing is that if you're saying overrated, it's overrated by the English media.
But then there's a consensus that he's arguably the best striker in the world.
My thing is that by whom though? Because see, my thing is now, maybe I'm wrong. The only people who rate Kane are Premier League fans. I don't know of anybody outside of the Premier League who actually looks at Kane as a world-class striker or a world-class player.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to say it like that.
But the thing is that English media is powerful because sometimes the English media machine and so forth can somehow convince people that, like, they convince people that Lampard, Gerrard, and Bex were these super amazing players. And when we saw them flop at the World Cup, we realized that, no, they're good, but they are domestic merchants who relied on their foreign players in their clubs.
Yeah, I mean, exactly, HH. You make a very good point. So, is he a good striker? Is he I believe he's a world-class striker. I believe if he would have made his move to Man City, he would have won a lot of trophies. But I feel like it's to have this debate to compare her to Lewandowski that has already accomplished so much in his career. And we're talking about Harry Kane is potentially going to start his career. Because I don't care how many goals you score, man. I could care less about goals you score. Scoring goals is scoring goals. But then if we're talking about him starting his career, where he's eventually going to move on when he's 29 to 30 years old, and Lewandowski, we could talk about his Borussia Dortmund days. Like, that's a whole chapter in itself. Then you can talk about the Bayern Munich days. And I spoke about in Poland, like it was insane. Even the goals he was scoring, how he could get the goals, it was literally like.
Do you know the thing that annoys me? It just shows you how stupid people are. Let's just say Kane scores that goal, England hold on, and they win 1-0. Do you know what the narrative will be? Hey, Kane has surpassed Lewandowski. Kane is better than Lewandowski. Look at Kane score, Lewandowski score. Kane is therefore better. That just shows you how stupid people are, because it's like, no, you stupid morons. One guy plays for Poland, one guy plays for England. Those Polish players and so forth are nowhere near the level of the kind of players that England are. So Kane's supporting cast is far better. Like, as I was watching the game, I was like, bro, England should not be losing this game. They should be beating these guys. And I felt sorry for Lewandowski, because for Lewandowski, I know how good of a player he is. Bro, these are fruit sellers around you and so forth. Before I come to you, let me just take some of these judgments. Your boy Ajuj says, props to Sousa. Very surprised how good Poland were defending. We were losing 1.6 goals per game to bad teams and shut down England. Poland 1.0 expected goals, 0.6 expected goals by England. You see, my thing is, I see, this is a weird one because is it good defending or is it more so England's lack of a creative threat? Because obviously, I will not hear what obviously has and other guys think. Because my thing is, yes, Kane had a much better supporting cast. Someone needs to tell me what Mount does in this team. And that's not slander. I don't know what Mount does in this team. Grealish is nice and tidy and so forth. He ain't great. He ain't great. So my thing is, Poland, what were you really defending? What quality were you really defending against? For me, it wasn't very that impressive. And before that, 7625E says, HH, with your logic, you shouldn't rate Arnon as high because of the quality of the Brazil team around him. It's not dot rights. What do you think about that? Petro response, watch the games. Because my thing is, watch the kinds of goals that Ronaldo scored. Specifically, I watch the goal that he scored in that semi against Turkey. So when you watch the games, because if you watch that game against Turkey, Turkey were the better team. Turkey were outplayed. Thingy. When you watch the final, Germany with the better team. So it's very easy to say, oh, you play for Brazil. Cool. Did you watch the game? Now, if you watch this game, England were the better team than Poland. Yeah, Poland defended well because easily see that England are the much better team and they controlled the game. Turkey in that semi in World Cup were better. They played better. So don't talk to me about, who plays for who. Talk to me about, what are the logistics here and what are the logistics of the actual game. So here's the thing. So it's not about, who you play for. It's what is happening within the context of the game. Yes, yeah. Finish your point, bro.
Yeah, I mean, like exactly. You made a great point by saying that people don't watch the games, HH. I saw this guy Lewandowski. I don't know what game it was. Literally fall deep, grab the ball, beat 2-3 players. Literally had players trying to tackle him to foul him. That's what Lewandowski. Lewandowski will do everything for Poland, and it's in different position, but similarity in terms of how great of a footballer they are. Modric in that Croatia team. That Croatia team they were trash, but Modric was pretty much doing everything for that Croatia team, and he was just making it work. So, I mean, I don't know what more to say. This guy Lewandowski, one of the greatest strikers of his generation, and I feel like it's a little. I think it's disrespectful to compare him to Harry Kane.
No, it is no, literally, it is disrespectful to Lewandowski. But I was actually just doing this just based off of the game and so forth. Let's just have a discussion. But look, bro, it's like Kane is not on Lewandowski's level. Like, bro,
absolutely.
Wait, but you know what's funny? What's it called? Guy, do you know how funny this is? Sam Mason Mount with a Mason Mount AV drop Mount versus Villa. That's one of the greatest oxymorons I've ever seen in my life.
It's a trap. It's a trap.
Wait. Let me say. So, shout out to your boy Shane, man. Thank you for the up. 6 straight seasons with 40+ goals. Big Bob is clear. Oh, no. See,
my boy Shane. Yeah.
The guy is he is a goal-scoring phenom. And even if people say, but he plays for Bayern, he plays in the Bundesliga, doesn't matter because Dortmund. Because 4 goals against Real Madrid for Dortmund in a UCL semi. Because of that. Because 3 goals for Poland in the Euros playing with that team, aka Dot. So my thing is, and also, I don't care who you play for, if you can score 5 goals in 10, 12 minutes, you're different. You're different levels. So look, don't give me a whole Bayern tax, man. Hassan, talk to me. Lewandowski and thingy. Is it sacrilege that this comparison is even being made?
It's straight disrespectful to Lewandowski. I mean, is Kane even better than Dortmund Lewandowski? He hasn't even surpassed Lewandowski at Dortmund. So I don't know how they're even comparable right now. Where was Kane when Leicester winning the league? When Tottenham won a title race? He disappeared. Is Harry Kane even better than Suarez, HH? Suarez dropped 20 G's last season. What?
No. I said like peak cannibal.
No, I'm just talking about last season. Didn't Suarez drop like 20 G's on like a high conversion rate, win them the league?
Suarez better. Yeah.
Kane, he got 15 goals, 15 assists. Where was Tottenham? So
really, is all this hype really just coming from the Premier League and England? Because my thing is like, because people try to compare them. They really try to, and my thing happens that 100%, I almost wish that England won just to have seen what the timeline would have said. See, the timeline can't say anything now because it was 1-1 and Lewandowski had that amazing assist. But if England had won, I guarantee you they'd say, "Oh, Kane Kane outstrong Lewandowski." They'd say that.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Of course, which wouldn't make sense because he plays for flipping England. He plays for England, and Lewandowski plays for Poland. I mean, it's just straight disrespectful. This guy hasn't even won a flipping trophy. He just stat pads. He was a domestic merchant. Son carried him in the CL. He did nothing. He played in the final, and he did absolutely nothing. So he's a prem merchant. I don't really consider him world class, to be honest. He scores a lot of goals and stuff, but he's overrated.
And my thing is that what Bale did in that one season for Tottenham is more than what Kane has done in his entire career. Because Bale was winning games. Like, Bale was literally winning games. That's why
he done for 2 seasons. I think he done for 2.
Yeah, I think, but there's one season where this guy was actually winning games by himself for Tottenham. So stats padding and winning games, those are 2 very different things. You see, Kane is a great stats padder. You being a stats padder doesn't put you into that elite club. I need to see you do what Bale was doing for that season for Tottenham. No, you're winning games. Kane has never carried Tottenham. You just being a top goal scorer, you're not carrying them. A carrying is what Messi did for Barcelona in 2019, where, I'm putting the stats, bro. I'm winning games for these guys. I am single-handedly engineering wins for these freaking guys. That's different. And before I come to Waske, 76528, Mount's young talent tax is fading. Man's effing trash. I wouldn't go as far as say at Mount is trash. Mount is still a very talented player. All I ask, and I asked this on Twitter, someone needs to answer me. What is Mount's role in this England team? Is he to create? Is he to press? Is he to defend? I just need to know what is his function.
Hard work.
Okay, wise kid. Perfect. Because I need you to talk to me about Mount though. So, Kane and Lewandowski. Let me ask you this. Let me even present this. If England had won that game, do you believe that people would have said that Kane is not better than Lewandowski if England won that game with Kane's goal?
Bro, you don't need to ask me that question. That's a rhetorical question, bro. The answer is straight up yes. These guys would have, bro. I really don't understand this whole argument because if Kane wasn't stat padding, this guy is completely and utterly useless. Guys don't understand. Okay, for Tottenham, fair enough, he gets the goals and he had a great, individually speaking, when you look at the numbers, and to an extent his performances last season as well. He had a good season. Internationally, what the fuck has he done? Why are you making this comparison, this guy? Bro, you know what? Lewandowski, bro, every time I see this guy play for Poland, the work rate this dude has to do on his own. He even has to sometimes drop back to help the midfield out because these guys are so trash. The work rate that this guy has to do now, because like you said, at Bayern, he just has to, put the ball in the back of the net. I think like over half of his goals that he scored last season was just inside the box, just tap-ins. He just has to finish it because he's got the players around him to give him the service. In this Polish side, he literally has to do everything by himself. That ball he made, the cross he put in today, that was a inch perfect cross. All the guy had to do was just makes any sort of contact with any part of his body, and that goes in.
See, and I think that people don't take that into account. They don't. It's my quality. They don't take into account work rates and how much you have to do based on what's around you. Because my thing is that even if England had won that game, what Lewandowski was doing with what was around him was far more impressive. All Kane did was score a damn good goal. But apart from that, this guy was falling over, getting dispossessed, looking like a tree trunk. Which is my issue with Kane, is that Kane aesthetically is garbage.
But here's the thing. The reason why you can't make that kind of argument, like, and sort of almost make it a debate is in this era now, it's just about if you're a striker, if you score a goal, it doesn't matter what you do, what else you do in the game. As long as you put the ball in the back of the net, it's all good. Now, I would have credited Kane had England won the game because you scored the winning goal. I would have credited him because at the end of the day, he scored. You know, that's what we're looking at. We're not expecting miracles from Kane, and the least you expect him to do is score at least one goal in this game, providing the team that he has behind him. With Lewandowski, you can't bring the whole argument up. Oh, it's Bundesliga tax, the German defenses are trash, and all this. Look how well he's. First of all, look how well he performed for Dortmund before moving to Bayern in the Champions League of all places, and then look how he's performed in the Euros for Poland, and then in the qualifiers so far, bro. The comparison is almost is it's like they're forcing it now. It's, you know.
No, but the issue is, again, obviously, wise, you don't understand, and even Hassan, who live in England, is there is this arrogance that Premier League people have that if you perform in the Premier League, you're therefore amazing. And that was the myth that messed up this sort of golden generation. So because Lampard and Gerrard were amazing in the Premier League, they're world class. But now, well, Lampard without Makelele and Essien and Mikel is different. Gerrard without Jabe, Alonso, and so forth is different. So my thing is, all because you now perform and so forth in the Premier League doesn't make you world class, because there is nothing Kane has achieved that's bro. But see, what is Kane's golden moments that he's had in his career? He doesn't have one. You can't give me
the rebound penalty. The rebound penalty.
No, it's winning.
Oh, wow, unbelievable, really. Come on, man.
HH is becoming captain of England, by the way. That's his golden moment.
Who?
Becoming captain of England.
Oh, yeah,
Harry
because,
Kane.
no, because
Yeah, well, that's not even being funny. That's probably
right
is.
now. Anybody in the live chat, you cannot name me a golden moment from Kane. I can give you Lewandowski's 4 goals. I can give you 5 goals in 9 minutes, and I can give you the record that he just broke. And I'm going to put in 3 goals playing with his fruit sellers at the Euros in Poland. So I can give you 4 golden moments. I cannot give you a man.
And one of them was against Spain. Yeah, in that group stage.
That goal was insane, because that goal is like, do you know? Because that cross was garbage. Do you know how he had to pretty much extend his neck and go to freaking Neptune and so forth and everything? See, but my thing is, because let me not say this, because I want to make a Ballon d'Or argument. So you know, to your boys Zoting TV, man, thank you for the door, bro. When Leicester won the Premier League, Kane choked. CL final choked. Euro finals, Kane choked. This dude isn't world class. I'm sorry. Dodd, Suarez, and Lukaku last season. Let's actually break this down.
True.
Let's just break this down. Tottenham were in prime position to win that Premier League. The guy who was actually showing up was Dele Alli, who was really showing up more so for Tottenham. CL final, don't give me that injury excuse. You decided to play when you didn't play for 2 months. And you went to the final and you were freaking garbage. You were awful. Tottenham were playing with 10 men. Now, obviously, Pochettino is why I have complete disrespect for Pochettino, because you stupid idiots. A guy that's got you a hat trick, you benched him and you bought into the whole media hype and played Kane, who pretty much ruined your chances of winning anything because he was flipping garbage. Euros finals, Kane actually had some pretty good touches. He actually had some good control and everything, but you're a striker. Strike! So he did nothing that really helped to really attack. He just won a lot of fouls and control the ball well, and just looks nice and really tight.
Don't forget the League Cup final, though, against City.
What is it?
The League Cup final against City.
The Carabao Cup final. Yep.
Yeah, Carabao Cup.
Carabao Cup final as well. So look, there are multiple finals in which you have choked. Which is why I've always said that. Show me your semi-final thing. If you don't give me that time, don't give me that. Top scorer in the Premier League. That's relevant. Being top scorer in the Premier League is irrelevant. That's why I have my issue with Aguero. But see, here's my thing though. Ballon d'Or arguments for Lewandowski. I get it. Messi, Copa America, I get it. PR, blah, blah, I get it. But here's the thing, though. Let me just create a scenario, which I think will be hard for people to ignore. So I think we will play like 2 or 3 games before the end of the year in the Champions League. If Lewandowski goes crazy for Bayern in these Champions League games, and he goes crazy in the Bundesliga and so forth, you can't deny him being on that podium. You see, for me, he's screwed. The moment Messi won that Copa America, there is no PR in the world that can supersede it. So it's over. It's over. Like there's nothing. Even if Lewandowski was to drop like a 5-piece on Barcelona and end the year with like 20 goals? No, because Ballon d'Or, no, they need certain people to win. So any excuse, the moment that Messi won in 2010 and Cristiano won in 2013, I knew this thing was fixed. So the Ballon d'Or is always that, can we think of an excuse to give it to Messi and Cristiano? That's always the thing. Any sort of excuse, we'll give it to them. People argue that, oh, maybe Van Dijk should have won in 2019, but the fact that Messi finally won for Copa America and so forth, oh, it's a done deal. Hence why the Ballon d'Or thing is a part of crap. You screwed him over. Because there was no reason not to give him the award last year. Because you postponed Uber Eats.
Yeah.
Because
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So people care about what people do in Uber Eats. The heck?
But who deserves it? Who deserves it this year? Then 2020. Are you saying that he deserves it this year, Lewandowski?
Why
wait. Let's see how the year finishes. Because remember, see, this is the thing. Cristiano won it. Even if I don't think he deserved to win, a big reason why Cristiano won in 2013 was because of that. The 4 goals he scored against Sweden over 2 legs. 1 goal in the first leg and a hat-trick in the second leg, which was like at the end of the year, which was the playoffs for the 2014 World Cup. Mm-hmm. So my thing is that let's see how the year ends. Because if Lewandowski goes crazy, scoring goals upon goals, hat-trick here, hat-trick there, and so forth, then you've got to be like, whoa, okay, we can't. Because if you look at his resume, which states, I broke a 40-year record here. Even if they won't look at it, I got 3 goals at the Euros here. And if he finishes, and if like he says what's up in the CL and so forth, boom. But the issue is, my fear is, Jorginho is going to be on that podium.
Yes,
which is sick.
Oh, let me guys ask you a question.
Chelsea fans, I'm not like I'm a realist, bro. People say, no. I'm not a tribalistic moron. Jorginho has no freaking business being allowed in that building.
Bro, relax. You would enjoy the fuck out of that, bro. You know you would.
Let me ask you guys a question before I go. Because I need to go now, but let me just ask this:
okay.
Would you guys have like a major problem, or think it's majorly unfair if Lewandowski won the Ballon d'Or this year?
No.
Not at all.
No.
Not at all.
That's
No,
what I'm saying.
because do you know why it will not be? There has not been one truly clearly outstanding player.
I agree.
This year, because that's why Jorginho won the award. Because Jorginho is literally the worst player to win that award, hands down. So when you got that, which has a welcome back. But look, he's off. Look, hasn't been busy any money, man. Look, he hasn't has no time for us little people. And the guy is a billionaire.
Bye, Hazard. Have a good one, bro.
Peace.
So So my thing is that like Lewandowski, like there's not been a truly outstanding player. The very fact that Jorginho won the UEFA award shows you that nobody has stood out. Because Messi did what he did and so forth. But my thing with Messi is that 100% he balled and did crazy in Copa America. I can't ignore the final, bro. I can't ignore the final.
Wait, do you think they'll take into account last year when Lewandowski should have won it? Because dude's been going crazy since then. Do you think they're gonna have a bit of sympathy?
But remember, it's for the calendar year, so it's
I know, but of course they called it off. But don't you think they feel sorry for the dude that should have won it last year and they cancelled it?
No. It goes back to the point that hasn't made. This is about PR, and there is no bigger PR machine than Messi and Cristiano.
Oh, I know that. Yeah.
So my thing is that the Messi fans and so forth fans, based off what happened in the Copa America, they're going to go into overdrive. Now, maybe there may be some hope. Although it's a UEFA award, maybe the fact that Messi wasn't the top friend they gave it to Junior, there may be some hope. But my thing though is, because the thing though is, it depends how much weighting they give to that Copa America. Because let's keep it real. This is a French award. And I feel that how much stock do they put into a Copa America? Do they put as much stock into a Copa America as they do European competitions?
What league does Messi play in?
Yeah,
Right now?
literally.
Exactly.
If he
He
goes
literally-
crazy now, he's in Uber Eats, the French
He's in
league.
Uber Eats right now, HH though. That's the
It's
problem.
Raps Lewandowski. It's Raps.
He plays in
What
Uber
country?
Eats.
No. HH, tell me what country? What country?
He's
Where-
literally
where
the
does-
face
where
of
does he-
France.
Where does he reside right now? He's replaced the Eiffel Tower as the face of France. so-
Exactly.
Guys, it's a done deal. It's
No, but then
it's a done
HH,
deal. It's,
but I'm
like you
thinking-
see, like sorry, West, it's a done deal. It's a,
But
like,
HH, yeah, go ahead.
no, sorry, yes, go for it.
No. All I was gonna say is because you made the point earlier that there's not a really like in 2021. I'm sorry, there's not a really a standout player. The fact that Jorginho even won the trophy just shows you that there really wasn't a standout player. The problem is just there's no criteria for the Ballon d'Or. That's the terrible fact. There is no criteria. So if you can't, who are you going to give it to? So in my mind, I'm saying if they're going to give it to someone, then they're going to give it to the best player. And in their mind, the best player in the world is Messi.
I mean, look, that may be just, but guys, the year hasn't be. A lot can still happen from now until December. Because my thing is, if let's say some of these guys go crazy in the Champions League, a lot can still happen. But I do see where you're going, where like Messi just seems to be like the de facto default kind of winner, man. But just your boy Shane Schuber, he said that for me, it's official. He's the 2020 Ballon d'Or winner. I 100% he's the 2020 Ballon d'Or winner because that was just robbery. But my thing is, same thing with Modric, and same thing with like Ribery. I just personally, I would have loved to have seen Ribery have that moment. Based on what he did in 2013, I'd love to see him to have that moment. I loved seeing Modric have that moment. I'm like, you know what? Let some other guys have some shine. Who deserve it? So, of course, you have the FIFA award and everything, but it would have been nice to see Lewandowski Ballon d'Or award. Let me get this right now. Boom. So, but you see, this is all about PR. This is all about PR. It's like if there is a large PR campaign to be like, he's balling this year. You robbed him off of it last year. He is pretty much playing at the top of his powers. Gonna say, like, do what's fair. But I just feel that, I know, guys, we know how biased this stuff is. We know how freaking biased this stuff
Well,
is.
the Champions League up until like the first half of the Champions League is going to be so key.
Yeah.
For if your name is not Messi, it's going to be so key.
No. But Waske and Yasir, what about your boy? See, Waske can say if your boy goes crazy and starts scoring
Big
goals.
if.
Because remember, top scorer Serie, top scorer Euros. If he now starts scoring for United and that whole United story and everything, and just throwing a few winners and so forth, he's on the podium. No.
So you're saying,
bro, come on, do this.
Yeah, he will be.
Scores a few winning goals for United,
yeah.
top scorer Serie, top scorer Euros. I'm called Cristiano. He's on the podium.
The PR
I
right
think-
now is crazy, though. The
Yeah, I
PR
think-
right now is crazy.
Yeah.
The hype of Cristiano Ronaldo right now is out. It's ridiculous. I'm tired of it.
All Cristiano needs to do is just give me 1 or 2 winning goals. Like a 90th minute thing, podium. Minimum podium. PR is too strong.
He'd have to he'd have to be top scorer in the Prem by the end of the first half.
Doesn't have to. No. Waske, you are underestimating the strength of his PR here. Because my thing is, based off, remember, this is a European award. He was top scorer at the Euros. He was top scorer in Serie.
That is true.
The whole United thing is such a romantic story that guys buy into. If, let's say, he scores a winning goal and so forth, and it's a massive, huge moment, and the stuff, and it goes viral and so forth, bruh, I'm sorry. Like, it's a freaking done deal.
So who are you saying is on the podium, though, HH?
Right? It's funny, I was going to say that. I believe it's going to be Messi, Cristiano, Jorginho.
That's crazy.
No way.
Nah, that's crazy.
No way. No way.
That's crazy.
Like I
agree.
can almost guarantee it's going to be
So Lewandowski
Messi,
not top
Cristiano, Jorginho.
if that's the
And if Jorginho wins, we're having it.
if that if that's the final three, I'm discrediting every single Ballon d'Or anyone's ever won, bro.
Okay,
Well, it doesn't matter anymore.
So for my boy Philip B, who says HH Lewandowski did beat Gerd Muller's 40-year Bundesliga record. That in itself deserves respect. And he did it in like, I think 29 games or 26 games. Like, I don't care about Bayern tax, Bundesliga tax.
Bro, you know how insane that is.
Like, what's it called? 5 goals. I think even Shane, I think it was 5 goals in 9 minutes.
Yeah, for Pep.
That's his stat.
Bro, we're saying that like so lightly, bro. Like, what the?
Why?
40,
You know what's
goals,
crazy?
40 goals in 29 games. Are you serious? He wasn't even playing half of the season.
Bro,
Wait.
I don't know. Which people said, don't give me Bayern and everything. For anybody and anything, that is an amazing achievement. That is an incredible achievement. And to not recognize that, you're going crazy. And remember, he didn't play against PSG. I don't care what he plays that game, they beat PSG.
Exactly.
Fact.
But HH, we also have
they beat PSG.
guys. We also have to have we have to have the Jorginho talk because I don't think Jorginho was great for the whole season.
Yes,
like,
yeah.
I don't think he was.
Jorginho shouldn't. He shouldn't sniff that building. Forget the podium. He shouldn't sniff the building.
Yeah,
Look,
I agree.
I want to go this thing very briefly, man. And I think this match, this actually concerns you, but mostly Hassan. So live chat, what up, baby? Guys, remember, drop the like. Wait, what the hell are these Brazil FA guys on about?
Oh, it's amazing. It's amazing.
Okay, let's just hold on. So, let me get this straight. We are still currently in a pandemic. We are paying our players who play in the Premier League. Because of that clown Bolsonaro, who still thinks COVID is a flu, Brazil have literally been one of the worst who've handled COVID. If we release our players, by law, when they come back, they have to have a 10-day period to isolate. And by doing that, they miss at least 1 or 2 games. So, because you timed it madly, no. But somehow, based on whatever ruling this is, they can now ban these players. Because my thing is, FIFA have to revoke, because if it goes ahead and these players are banned, FIFA, you're clowns. Because this affects obviously Thiago Silva, Edison, but for Liverpool, it's Fabinho, Alisson, and what's called Firmino.
Yeah.
So I mean, see now, Hassan. My thing does that. Liverpool fans were saying that, they hardly play. Obviously, Fabinho played. They say that. Wait. They said that Alisson doesn't play. Wait, Alisson, of course, Alisson.
No, they're smoking crack. Alisson plays. Yeah.
So I mean, your response or your thoughts and the thinking of this, because I think this is bogus, man.
I mean, these guys are just petty. They're petty. I mean, they're gonna ban the players that didn't come, but the Argentina players that went, what after them? The Argentine players that actually went to the country, even though the Premier League said
no. But that was why the game was stopped. They tried to deport them.
Yeah, but it's just pettiness. I still think our players will play. I still think Rafinha for Leeds will play. I still think Fred for United will play.
Okay. You think they'll play because FIFA will reverse the decision?
No, I think the clubs will just take the fine. Or they'll probably fight against it. They'll fight against it. I mean, you can't just ban people for not coming because it's a COVID country.
They're talking to FIFA right now.
Yeah, and the FA and the Premier League said don't let the players go. So the FA have to get involved. They have to get involved. So I still think our players will play. I still think our players will play. But it's just pettiness. It's pettiness, Brazil.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so to Yasia and Thingy, Fred.
No, but
respect Fred Flintstone. Respect Fred. I don't want any slander to Fred Flintstone. Ayabadu time.
But here's the thing, though, Here's the thing, though, because what I've read is like this was with the Brazilian FA and FIFA approved apparently. So FIFA said, yeah, like these players shouldn't be playing. Apparently that's what FIFA ruled, and now everyone is talking. And I see a scenario where these players don't play? Yes, because at the end of the day, it's a single game. They don't play, and What the play? What
Oh,
it
no,
means?
no. I heard that if it goes through, it's the weekend game and the Champions League game as
No,
well.
it's not the Champions League. It's not the Champions League. I saw it's just
I heard
the
it's the
league game.
Champions League as well. I'll try and pull it up.
No, I saw Liverpool players can prefer AC Milan, but I'm not sure.
But I just feel like it's like it's part of politics now. Like
Yeah, it
it's
is. It is.
it's
It is Champions League as well.
It's a politics
Champions
of
League as well.
football.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
Champions League as well. Yeah.
It's a politics of football, HH, and it's getting ridiculous where everyone has his rules and everything, and it's
No, it's okay. I mean, I'll wait. Let me share the screen. So I'll
it's
show you
wild, HH. This is actually wild though. To be
Wait,
honest.
did you see that Richarlison's not banned?
Yeah,
What a
yeah.
joke. What a joke.
Because he was allowed to play in the Olympics, which
You
is
got that salty, man. That's
that's
salty,
wild.
man.
See, now
Because
that's
he
wild.
had a good connection, him,
Richie.
Everton, and the
Richie
Brazilian FA.
Richie Rich tax.
Yeah.
So say, in addition to missing their South weekend games, Chelsea defender Thiago Silva and United midfielder Fred will also not be allowed to play in their team's opening CL games against Zenit and Young Boys on Tuesday.
That's wild. That is wild, HH. It's. I mean, it's politics, HH. At the end of the day, it's politics. The Brazilian FA say, you know, it's because the reason why the Brazilian FA even brought out the whole 10-day rule and stuff like that. I guess the UK players that are playing the Premier League was because the UK put Brazil in that red list. So pretty much the UK said that if you're traveling to Brazil and you're coming back, then you had to sit down for 10 days or whatever for quarantine. Because they did that, the Brazil said, "Screw you, UK, because you guys are also a terrible mess in COVID. Then we're gonna do the same thing." And this is pretty much saying that, yo, you guys are going. You know what I mean? You guys just came from Brazil. You guys. I don't. It doesn't make sense, HH though. They didn't go. They didn't go to
My thing
Brazil.
was that, you see, for Hassan, I think it's a bigger issue.
Yep.
Chelsea is not that big an issue because Thiago Silva is not a starter.
HH, I'm worried. Adrian, I'm worried.
You see, for Liverpool, remember, these guys have had an awful transfer window where they bought no one, so they literally need all the players they can get. So if they're not going to lose these 3 players, that will greatly affect them. Are you worried that Fred Flintstone is not going to be available?
No, I'm happy.
No,
HH.
I want to make FIFA a request that can you find a way to like deport this guy out of our country?
I'm happy, HH. Ollie doesn't have to play him now.
No, but HH, did you see Jimenez got banned as well from Panama? Is it from Mexico? He can't play as well. Jimenez.
Oh yeah, Jimenez. Yeah.
So it's not just Brazilian players.
Well, and also for Liverpool, it gets worse. I think Naby Keita might still be stuck.
Bro,
Naby in
is
Guinea.
Did he come back yet?
I'm not sure.
Because I watched your video.
Last I heard, he was getting on a plane.
Okay. Well, they said he's flying back. They say he's flying back from Guinea after military coup suspense.
Yeah, the road is a mess. The road is a big mess.
wild couple of years, man. I said.
Oh no, look, this is it. So Lupan, let's round this thing up. We'll talk more about this on the weekend, but I want to just get your thoughts here, and then we'll maybe expand it. So this whole World Cup thing, man. What's Wenger doing? Like
this guy's a
is Wenger doing this so that people can start to talk about him again?
No, I Wenger is in a. Let me say this. Wenger is a genius. I'm gonna say that right now. Wenger is a genius.
No,
hold on. Let me not. Wenger is a genius, and I feel like I think because he has he's doing this with collaboration with FIFA. I think this is all about FIFA's ploy of getting as much money as they possibly can, and with everything that's going on with the world and COVID and everything, you know, people are losing money. So this is another ploy of trying to get money. So it's pretty much they went to Wenger and said, "Hey, listen, man, what is something you can do that can, we can bring more money into FIFA?" He said, "Man, for every 4 years, man, that's 4 years is a long time." And he said, if you do it every 2 years, that means there's more money in the pocket of FIFA. That means you're having a competition every 2 years, bro.
This thing that just drives me crazy is that you can't keep hold of that money for 4 years. Unless you are horrible at marketing, you must make billions every year. It is the biggest sporting competition on the planet, the most watched sporting competition on the planet. Like literally, the world stops for 2 months whenever there's a World Cup. So you're telling me that you can't manage and make enough money through there to last through? And guys, now, if I say this now, I'm sure that I'm going to lose all of my good things with FIFA and so forth. But look, it is what it is. How did Qatar get that World Cup?
Exactly. You're right. 100%.
Money.
100%.
And buried bodies.
I mean, let's talk real. Did Qatar get that World Cup because they put forth the most interesting bid? They put forth the best presentation and so forth.
No.
Like Qatar live on oil. Like
no, it was the underwater bridge.
Like it was the underwater bridge. Deserves the title of oil merchants, it's Qatar. So my thing is, just off of the Qatar World Cup, you must be swimming in money. But see, my thing is that greed is deep, man. Greed is deep because, and I told you, we are slowly going to be seeing football get ruined. It's going to be very small changes, very small changes. And in about 6, 7, 10 years, we will not recognize this sport anymore. Because and the issue is that this is what happens with everything. Anytime something gets really popular, really famous, really big, everything's ruined. Like it's almost a similar thing with like video game consoles and everything. Guys were making good quality games and so forth. It became big, boom. Look at what happened to FIFA right now with this Ultimate Team crap. So every time that something is good, something is popular, people just want to latch on like leeches and just have greed. Because let's keep it real. A World Cup every 2 years would be stupid. It would be stupid, and by doing that move will take away all the power of the World Cup completely.
HH, my thing is, see, before when it was 4 years, I remember the 2010 World Cup, I remember 2014, they were struggling to build the stadiums in time for the World Cup. And they had 4 years to do it. How are you going to do it in 2 years if a new country gets it? And where in the schedule do you get these qualifiers and stuff if it's every 2 years?
Bro, I mean, my thing is it's just about money because trust me, if they try and do this, they will find a way.
No, but it goes back to how manipulated, how stupid football fans are. I'm telling you, football fans are stupid, They're one of the most idiotic group of people I've ever met in my life. Why I say that is
relax.
No. The reason why I say that is
we're
because,
here, man. We're here. Relax.
Hold on, let me land. The reason why I said that is because they got manipulated into trying to fight against the Super League. And the reason why the Super League was a group of owners, Florentino Perez, the Glazers, all that stuff. They did the Super League. They were trying to promote the Super League and bring the Super League for their own interest. But because UEFA was not getting a cut, because FIFA were not getting a cut, they were against it. And because Sky Sports was not getting a cut, because BT Sports was not getting a cut, they put fear margin and fans said like, oh, they're taking away from your game. They're trying to destroy the game. What is FIFA trying to do now? Are they not trying to destroy the game by making the World Cup 2 years? It's because of all this because of self-interest. So in my opinion, I'm saying like, what was the point of not even having a Super League anymore?
No. My thing, no. Super League is gonna come, but like that's happening. I don't give a damn what those self-righteous fans think or how much they put and so forth. It's just that it just needs to be presented in a better and much more effective way. It was far too rushed. Super League, that's inevitable because see, club football and international football are completely different. Like club football is McDonald's. The World Cup is gourmet. It's a meal that's well prepared.
Respect McDonald's.
Like Champions League is every year. Club football is every single week, every year. Boom, recycle. The World Cup is special, and it's special because it's every 4 years for only 2 months. So it's so unique. Hence why I say to guys that I know your Champions League, I know you and so forth. I'm sorry, I need this World Cup, bro. I get it, Ballon d'Ors, I get it, seals and so forth. Yeah, I need this. I need to World Cup because it's prestigious.
My point, HH, is like this idea that the World Cup is going to be every 2 years. You don't see a lot of outrage from it because the fans, because FIFA said it, because also they have a figure like Arsene Wenger and everything. I guarantee you that this is going to happen because no fan is going to oppose this. No fan is going to care about it because FIFA said it. But all of a sudden, when FIFA and the UEFA president says the Super League is bad, no one wants it. Not a lot of the fans don't want it. We don't want it. We don't want the Super League. We
But
don't
people
want this.
hate change. They hate change. They hate different
But
bodies
then,
taking over football.
but also this is change. You literally destroy, like AJ said, you're destroying the World Cup by making it every 2
No,
years.
yes, yeah, I know that, but they list to FIFA because that FIFA's been out for how many years, and UEFA's been out how many years. They don't want someone new telling them what they're gonna do, like the Super League and stuff. They just love the same thing.
Well, I just feel like when FIFA and UEFA are are doing corruption, no one cares. But when all the teams come up together and trying to promote the Super League, everybody cares. Everyone has a problem with it. At the end of the day, the same FIFA and UEFA that are against the Super League are the same FIFA that's promoting a 2-year World Cup. Isn't that destroying the World Cup?
See, what I don't get with Wenger, right? This guy, like, I respect the hell out of him, but what I don't understand is, like, you know, when Klopp was complaining and moaning about the fixture list and everything, how it's so, like, you know, it's too much for the players and everything, and it should be more, you know, spread out and whatever. And then this guy was sympathizing with Klopp on that matter, and then all of a sudden now he's bringing in a World Cup every other year. Like, are you trying to? What are you trying? Which side are you on? Like, are you for the players, or are you against the whole thing of, like, spreading out the fixtures and making it more? You know,
look, it's a money thing. He's employed by FIFA, and
because
Pedri's more money, bro.
Players like Pedri, they're gonna end up playing like 100 games per calendar year. So
no, but he said that in this thing we will still guarantee that players have like 20 days free or something. I'm like, wait, what's 20 days? What? Really? It's like, I know, for me, it's like here's the thing though. It's already a point where the fixture schedule is already too much. Hence why people say that, the issue you have in the World Cup is that players actually come to the World Cup and they're so fatigued because you're playing like 40, 50 games. If you play in the Premier League, you play in the Premier League, you play FA Cup games, you play Papa John's Cup games, and you play Champions League games. So if let's say you're like City, where you won the domestic treble, domestic quadruple, you're playing like 50 games, minimum like 40-something games. Before we roll the game, we'll talk more about this on the weekend, but we have to. Let me just address this very quickly.
Wow.
Live chat. I hope you can see the
Wemo.
Wait, didn't he score?
Leave him alone. Leave him alone.
I'm wise guy. I don't give a damn whether he dropped a 3-piece. I want to focus on this image. So live, I hope you can see this image.
Wait, hold on. Can I just say Haaland's miss was much worse than that?
But I didn't see the miss, so
No. But wise guy, the thing is that he
was on the line, Hassan. Haaland was on the line.
But he got a hat trick. Come on, man. At least he got a hat trick.
It doesn't matter.
No. But he has Werner has a resume.
True.
It's just number of bad days.
Well, these are a lot of bad days. You see, you know how they say, like, you know, 1 is an anomaly, 2 is a coincidence, 3 is a pattern. Like, I've seen about 6 or 7 of these bad.
Yeah, but he's also cursed.
And also remember, as we said on yesterday's show, he's the third best. He's the third best paid player at Chelsea. I think he's on 120,000.
Bro, you were about to say something there. You gotta.
My thing though is that imagine if you're a regular guy that works 2 jobs and everything, barely making ends meet, and you're looking at what this guy is doing, and this guy is getting paid 200,000 a week to be a meme. Just think about that. You're getting paid £200,000 a week to be a meme of how trash you are.
Well,
like Werner's miss resume is amazing, and this is yet another one to put into the resume as well.
Well, how do you know he did it on purpose to put his value down so he can get sold? You never think about that, HH.
No, but you know, I was reading somewhere online that he's been in close contact with Nagelsmann. Because, bro, I'm praying and
stop,
hoping
man.
for
Relax,
that 40.
relax.
Bro, I'm
He's not
hoping
going
for
anywhere. He's not going anywhere. He's
I'm
staying.
hoping
He's
for
staying
that
where he
40.
belongs. You're gonna wish you had him up front instead of Tim's this season. There's gonna be moments where I'll bring this exact footage back. I'm shameless.
Please. No, because so wait. So you're saying that I'm gonna regret when Werner gets sold or leaves?
No, you're gonna regret when you see Tim's do Tim's things.
I can, I'm almost willing to bet you that
How much?
Lukaku.
How much?
I'll bet you this dust blower. It's damn good. It's for blowing dust out of lenses. So
I'll have
Raphael
Shays on the line.
Oh no.
Let's go half.
No. I will bet you this dust blower that there's no way that Lukaku has the amounts of misses that Sven has, because my issue is that his confidence is just at an all-time low. So now it's pretty much it's basically become a thing for him.
You do realize if he doesn't get CL, any form of European trophy, he's Werner's he's not lived up to the expectation, bro. Like that's the standard.
So how many goals do you expect from Cristiano this season? Just
like 15 max.
No,
yes,
penalties.
I prefer yes. So yes said.
Penalties
how?
Included.
Yes,
wait. Did you just skip past my? Wait, hold on. Yes, don't answer anything. I said, you know.
Do you know what's kind of? Maybe he so couldn't help himself. He just exited because he's so sure that he's actually going to come in and just say things. He just, you know what? I can't help myself. I'm just going to just delete myself out of here.
Respond to my point.
Let's just before we run. So when Qatar is no surprise. Remember, Russia was banned in the 2016 Olympics after the doping scandal. Not only are they allowed back, but also hosted the World Cup money talks. No, look.
Don't mess with Putin, man.
See, guys, let's not be stupid here. Football is the biggest sport on the planet. It draws in millions upon millions of people.
The Super Bowl is.
So the people involved in FIFA are filthy rich. Which is why the suggestion disgusts me. And when I read stuff that, but UEFA have a steady stream of revenue through the Champions League every year, it's like, no, the payments that Qatar would have put in to FIFA to host our World Cup would have been profound, because Qatar for Qatar this is a huge deal, because for Qatar they want to promote the country, they want to promote what it's about, and the greatest promotion that you could possibly have. I told you, yes. Wait, YSK, what did I tell you about Yasir? And I'm going to put up his comments.
Yeah, I know, and I've seen it. Yes, a good man. I respect that. Wait.
Get back in here and jinx this up, bro.
Bro. Wow.
So this whole thing is that, So my thing is that.
No. I was gonna say, do they disclose the amount that they bid?
I mean,
I don't think so.
Yeah. Do they disclose?
No, hell no.
Oh, okay.
It's illegal. No, that's why. No, remember when there was a scandal that happened with the IOC, the Olympics, where I don't know which one it was, where it was revealed that IOC members took payments to vote for certain countries, and when they found out, they were jailed and they were removed.
No, remember when the Super League thing came out, and we were like, chill, we got 4 billion for the Champions League. Imagine how much that for the World Cup. They found 4 billion for spare, so imagine how much you used for the World Cup.
No, because my thing is that I am actually scared to think about how much Qatar paid. Because remember, England brought Prince Harry. They did the whole thing. The Prince gave a massive speech, and they were whole through. And I remember because I watched the whole thing, because I think they got Morgan Freeman for American and so forth. So guys go, it's going to be America. The Prince is in Morgan Freeman. Then when they announced Qatar, they were like, So
bro, Qatar just showed up with a briefcase and that's it, bro. These dudes trying to make a whole movie.
England are not hosting nothing. England after they lost it, not hosting.
I mean, I do think that people, especially after these Euros,
Yeah, England.
I don't feel like England are not going to be hosting World Cup for a very long time. If we're not, so my thing to know, I shudder to think of how much Qatar paid FIFA to host our World Cup, because for Qatar this is huge. The eyes of the world is going to be on you. The amounts of tourism money you're going to have, the amount of promotion you're going to have is huge. Because come 2022, I don't know why it's different, but fine, November, the planets are all going to be focused on Qatar, so it's going to be huge. Because see, FIFA's excuses are, why should it only be the non-countries? We want to give other countries a chance to host. Okay, that's all cool, but are you not? See, we all know that works for South Africa. Say all you want about Sepp Blatter and so forth. Blatter fought to get the World Cup in Africa, so you can call him this and that. I will always support Blatter because when everyone was like, don't give it to Africa, don't give it to Africa, he was like, no, I'm going to fight and give it to Africa. So Sepp is always going to be my guy. Was that?
Africa's the home of football. You have to get a World Cup.
Man. Yes, I couldn't answer the question. I'm scared of my answer. Yes, Saeed. That's not how it works. Yes, I need you to comment.
No, it is. Don't listen to
do a jinx so you can get flipped.
There's no jinx.
Yes, I told you, yes, please come back and please tell me that Cristiano is going to drop a 5-piece in his first opening game. You know,
can you just say for Tim's it's CL Max? Preach what you say, man. Preach what you say. Can you just say CL Max?
Guys, like, subscribe.
He said CL Max. He believes it.
Okay, YSK. Okay, what do you believe Cristiano will do this season?
Do you think I'm a clown? I knew what you was gonna do this, bro.